The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. Let's have some fun. Can you please go get a tablet and a pen so we can begin? I need you to write down today's date on that. I need you to focus, and I need you to turn these up today because I want you to get to the $1 million dream. Now, I know everybody talks about it. I just think most people are full of doo-doo. The reality is half the people in the world are lazy, so I'm going to have to be a little crazy like me. Got to have some fun. Now, they nicknamed me the Godfather Credit years ago. Been on KNX radio for 48 years, and I got that nickname during that process. And guess what? This is live. You got a question? Type it. I'll answer your question. Please challenge me. I get bored. So let's understand. There's no pictures, there's no recording. You need to put it here. See, what you have to learn is habit forming. Now, if you never met me before, you're going to learn things you should have known a long time ago. I'm going to teach you to play. Now, the bottom line, like I said, I'm online 6 days a week, Monday, all right, through Sunday. Nope, Saturday. You see, we get to play. Now, write down that phone number today, 800-254-9506. So you might want to call one of my great specialists today. I'm building a great team again. Won't they be fun? Now, I like goodies. You like goodies too? The bottom line is I didn't like living in hell, and that's what it was for me. See, I was rags to riches. My mommy, she threw me in a trash can outside Gardena Hospital when I was born in a taxi. She left 2 notes, one for me, one for the hospital. She ran over to the emergency ward. She says, baby in the trash can. Then she went home to take a nap. Well, what can I say? Then I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell, telling the whole world she's helping the kids. Oh, my, you know what? So your journey today can begin with me. I'm going to take away all your excuses. And the bottom line is you feel sorry for yourself. The bottom line is I probably went through more things than you. Let's get your blueprint started. You understand? We're going to play, but we're going to win. I like to win every time. I want you to look behind the curtain. See, the problem is I believe you all follow ducks and sheep. In other words, someone told you about personal credit and you did what they did. You know, if they were doing something stupid, that means when you did it, you did something stupid too. See, the bottom line is that's not good enough for you. So let's understand a couple of things today. I'd like you to get out your personal credit cards or your personal wallet and put them in front of you. See, years ago, I was training Ken Yarborough. He was security chief at TRW in Hesperia. Now TRW stood for The Report's Wrong, Thomas Raymond Woolridge, bicycle parts. You know what happens? I set up a lot of rules and tools. Why don't you take your personal credit cards and let's put a stick in the back. I want to dummy proof this, and I want to treat you like you're 2 years old. You write down the limit of the card. You maintain 25% always. You don't go over past 29%. You see, this stuff you do in your personal credit, it's got to stop because that's called crap. Sorry to say. Now, these 2 cards are $50,000 a piece. That's $100,000. But the sticky, you know what I get? That's $100,000 of credit minus 29%. That's $71,000 of safety. In case blankets, a fan, lots of job, or pandemic. Now you're going to build your line of defense. Because this, I'm going to show you how this stuff's going to stop. Because you don't really know what you need to do, but I'll teach you how to play. Now I got a couple of problems. Number one, in school, they told me I was retarded. They put me in a retarded class because I write with both hands and talk at the same time. And they realized I have an IQ of 203, total recall, most things. So guess what? I realized they were just stupid. What did you do? Did you take your personal cards and you jacked them up? You dropped the score? You can't get any more? And you can't write out diddly squat? Now what? Good luck with that. You see, the reality is most people, they need to listen and learn how to do it right. So let's look at a corporation today. I want you to figure out if you want the American dream, the $1 million to $5 million to $10 million to $100 million company. I build millions of clients all the time. So let's understand. This is chapter 18. I'm not here to give you legal accounting advice. I was 7.5 years old at the Hope family house. I was listening to all the things they had to say. Isn't that fun? All right. You know what I did? 7.5 years old. I tripped over Michael Landon's feet and I got a backhand. All right. Get that. Then Dan Blocker there and the gun smoking Mission Impossible person too. You see, they have these poker games every Wednesday night. I told Ted Turner how to use the SS4. 26 ways to use that too. But again, what can I say? I'm 7.5 years old. I hear the corporation. Look at it right there. Is a legal person. Something clicked inside of me because I learned to read 2.5 years old. And then I said, let's watch. It may sue or be sued. So a corporation, so all these silly people on Tickety-Talk, Google, and YouTube going blah, 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 and LLC and this and that, it's all a bunch of crap. You don't want to know why? Because a corporation is going to get sued. They're going to sue you unless you have a division process. And the reality is taxes only due when you're profitable. We're going to teach you to play today. You got that tablet and pen ready to begin? Now, I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department. All right, I walked in and go, man, what does this mean? She walked away. She was rude. I'm 7.5 years old. Let us ask a question. She came back a couple minutes later. She said, here's a monkey, here's a bug. She was a bee. I wanted to kick her in the shins, but I didn't. I read the book. Here's the problem. There's no book out there with a full blueprint, and you've been looking for years all your life. Look how old you are today. Look at your past. That's a roller coaster of faith and persistence. And you have been listening to silly people, and you brought the pain home. So I went back to the library for 2 years. All right, and you know what I did? I created my own blueprint because it didn't exist then, doesn't exist now. I started Helping Hand Industries. Now, I don't understand. If you have a corporation, did you pay an attorney, CPA, and a corporating service some thousands of dollars for a piece of paper that was free and didn't learn diddly squat? I don't understand, stupid, because that would be stupid. So let's learn to play. You know what I got? I got $100,000 of credit in the mail. I've been collecting these as a baseball card since I was a kid. Kind of fun, but the reality is very simple. So I got $100,000 of credit in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave too. So then what happened then? Very simple. Now I want to show you what happened to me at 12 and a half years old. I made a mistake. I used the word Braille. Yeah, Braille, because it belonged to the Braille Institution. I didn't understand trade name, trademarks, and copyrights. I started the first Orange County Blind Center at 12 and a half years old. I was on a little TV commercial. My little friend, she was blind. And then I got sued, named in a lawsuit. Scared the crap out of me. See, I want to ask you a question. You ever used Velcro before? You don't use Velcro, you use hook and loop. Velcro is a company in El Segundo, California. You blow your nose on Kleenex? Nope, it's called tissue. I went to court and the judge said, what did you do? First he asked, where's my daddy? I got one of those. Where's your mom? I got one of those too. You're the founder, Helping Hand? Yeah, Orange County Blind Center? Yeah, me. I mastered trade name, trademarks, and copyrights. Do yourself a favor today. If you have an idea, don't tell your friends and family because they're going to steal it anyway. What I want you to do is take a copy of all your notes, put it in a Federal Express envelope. I want you to Federal Express it to yourself. Don't open the envelope. The judge will do that when they steal your idea. Hey, for 45 years, I've had clients tell me their friend and family stole their idea. Well, that kind of sucks. Then we're going to trade name, trademark, and copyright, okay? So here's what happened to me. I had to master that. And then, because it scared the crap out of me, in 85 and 86, I created a division process. I'll show you exactly what that means today, okay? So let's play. Now, when I say something, I want to show you the good, bad, and the ugly. Never bring the pain home. I'll give you the solution. Simple. Now, all the grown-ups, when I was a kid, they kept saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, that's fun. I asked them what that meant. They couldn't answer the question. I just thought the grown-ups were stupid. When I grow up, I realized they were stupid. See, here's the problem. A corporation doing business, they sue it. They sue you. But again, what do the banks and grocery stores do? Parent company has divisions and corporations. They call them subsidiaries, and it's all the branch number. And when they bankrupt a location, hell, they get a tax credit while you're going home and going beep, 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 to yourself. So understand something today. If your corporation is sued, you're kind of screwed up because they name you. You're a duck and a sheep. Meh, quack, quack. So let's teach you to play. I want to teach you to win. Let's put all the ducks in a row. See, that's what they said when I was a kid. I said, what does it mean? So they couldn't give me the solution. I gave it to them too as a kid. Here's a corp, here's divisions. Now there's $1 million. See, I think most people are lazy and some are just going to be a little crazy. And most of them that are giving you the knowledge are full of, you know what? I don't like full of what? I'm online 6 days a week and I like to have fun. Never bring the pain home, okay? Now I want you to write down, see it. Can you do that for me, please? See it. That's all I want you to write down. Got your tablet pen? See it. Let's think about you today. I'd like you to make your goal list because that's the index of a book. And then I want you to write down the activity sheet. Let's talk about your house. You have a house. Fantastic. That means escrow close, homestead trust. Escrow close, homestead trust. Or your house not in a trust? Don't worry, when they sue you, they screw you. They screw you up. They take it away. And then when you die, it gets stuck in the probate. And your family got diddly squat. If you don't have a house, I'll teach you to get one. Is that okay? Now, the next thing I want you to do is write down car. Here's the problem with you. You went to the car dealership, you let them sweat you for 5 hours, treat you like a duck and a sheep. You lost 10,000 plus in 9 inquiries. Do you know the car shouldn't even be yours? The #1 lawsuit in the United States of America Incorporated happened to be bumpity bumps. Every time you watch social media, there's some ding dong saying, look at me, I was in an accident. I was in the front seat, the back seat, I was in the trunk of the car. Like all this BS. You got 50 bloodsuckers on TV and billboards everywhere trying to sue everybody. The car, write it down, Fleet Price Tax ID Division. Again, Fleet Price Tax ID Division. Now, who the hell is going to give me money? Your problem is you're stuck. Most of you backed yourself in a damn corner. Did you know if you do this, you'll learn to play? Come on, do it. Nobody's watching it. Everybody's watching me. So here's the SSN. Tax, 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 and probate when we're dead. When we die, they take that too. In the time of death at the hospital, that's for the state and federal government, by the way. So everything we did is taxed. Over here, corporation tax ID, no taxes due till you're profitable. So it doesn't matter about the SL, S Corp, C Corp, LLP. What matters is who's going to be taxed, who's going to be sued and screwed up. So money, Let's see if you got the guts to let me build you 100,000 to 1,000,000. And we'll cut to the chase. All right. See, some of you shouldn't even be on this watching me today because you have no guts to go get it. The bottom line is let's go get it. See it. Believe it. Go get it. Now, here's the biggest problem for all the rich people today. Unless I'm training them, I'm going to make my kids go through hard knocks. I'm not going to give them anything. They got to do it on their own. That's called stupid. Generations are supposed to let generations take over what they built. Could you imagine most people who die, people get a little piece, and then there's just a damn memory. Instead, they should have made sure they took over the residual income. Kind of silly and dumb, but I teach most rich and famous people to do that too, to be smart. So let's play. If you have shitty credit, I'm going to build you up and away and build you some credit to that too. I'm going to make you a qualified CFO, and then we're going to pray. Yeah, we're going to pray. We're going to sing Kumbaya. See it, believe it, pray, God opens the door. That's what worked for me ever since I was 4. When that lady handed me the Bible at Redondo Beach Pier. Bottom line is everything I touch turns usually to 100 million to $1 billion company. It's kind of fun. You see, if you don't have a house, here you go. Why don't you look at Pathlight? Hey, that's what I did after I died in the coma and came back and they stole all my stuff. Pathlight got a house for us. Then within 12 months, they turned it into a mortgage. Isn't that fun? See, there's no excuse besides A, you're lazy, or you're not paying attention, you turn these up. Because I can make anybody a millionaire, but that's up to you. I have a foolproof program. And all you got to do is follow through, and I'll tell you what to do, and I'll do the rest for you. Is that okay? Now, I got rich and famous people. Years ago, Dr. Lucky and me, we set up a hospital in Fiji Islands because the kids were dying of gum disease. No one gave us a lot of attention until we got one of my clients on the board. You ever heard of Arnold? He's on the board. Wow. Then I got Superman for Gold's Gym. Ex-cop, motivate. He says, I kick ass and motivate. I got him $1 million credit. Way from here. Here's a college professor at Biola University. Glenn lived in his car for 3.5 years. I kept seeing him when I go to the Bonaventure all the time, living in the car. Get the hell out of the car. Get your ass to the workshops. That's what I told him. He finally did it. I did a race 360 in him. Got him $1 million company, brand new house, brand new car. Would you like one of those too? So here's Giovanni. He worked for Pixar. $1.6 million. Little Karen, she delivered pizza to the boot camp that weekend. I said, stick around. I showed her how to get properties in Long Beach, millions of dollars of properties in Long Beach, California. You see, she's got little videos out there too. $1.2 million in 9 months. So could I get you to listen and turn these both up? We got people coming out of prison. Here's Freeway Ricky Dickie Ross. Then he goes out and said he's a credit expert. And he screws up how to fix it. He used to love me. Now he hates me. Oh, well, what do I care? Blah, blah, blah. You know, here's basically Thomas. Poor Thomas, who was in prison for 26 years. And nobody wanted to help him. Within 8 months, I built him up in his son's credit. And we got his first dump truck. Brand new. Does millions a year. Would you like to learn to play too? Here's the problem. You don't know the foundation. You don't know the rules and tools. Let's give you a history lesson, okay? Franklin D. Roosevelt, he took and had the Gold Reserve Act. January 30th, 1934. He stole everybody's gold. Mine, 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 mine. They call it Fort Knox. You and I, we got our SS5, SSN, 14 to 16 years old. And that's the way it was. We even got credit in the mail without applying for credit in the 70s and 80s. So let's understand. Nixon, he took the gold standard out, even though he said, I'm not a crook. But he did have some good things. These stupid things they're doing nowadays, shutting down banks and this and that. You know, he did a coupon thing. It actually helped the economy back then. I guess they don't look through past history. But he removed the Gold Standard Act. You know what that means? Every woman from that day who delivers a baby at the hospital within 2 hours or less, they're handed an SS5 for the SSN. My daughter had my 10th grandson 2 days ago, and they handed it. I asked her to time it. They give it to her within an hour and a half. Wow. You see, they can't release the baby unless they bond the baby for $35 million apiece. And then the baby gets to go home, take a nap, go poo-poo. That's how it works. So you know what we get to do? We get to learn how to play. And your biggest mistake is you don't know how to play. Let's look at the SS5 equals SSN, Social Security number. That equals a 1040 tax return. You got one number. It's a lonely number. You ever heard the song before? 2 is better than 1. Here's your problem. You don't know how to play. So let's understand, we the people. Oh, goody! What does that mean? You don't even know, half of you. Next thing is we get our SSN. That's called taxed, and probate when we're dead. And then they take the money out of the grave too. Because the time of death, again, is for the bank. No, it's for the state and federal government. It's federally mandated. The hospital gives it away. Now, here's the other problem. Your banks, your grocery stores in your cities, they have a parent company and they have these branch numbers. And Bank of America's bankrupt 5,000 locations. I mean, basically, Sam's Club over 1,500. And then they get a tax credit for their stupidity. You went home and went, wah, 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 wah. Boo! Did you? Let's teach you how to play. Ready? I'm going to show you the SS4. We're going to compare the two. Is that all right? So here we go. SS4. Can you read it right there? Come on. Legal name of entity, corporation, division, subsidiary. Or it says, or your name. You see that right there, right? Or your name. See, you could have put your name on there instead. That's what it was designed for, until a bunch of idiots start using their SSN and getting credit under that. And then everybody fought like ducks and sheep and being stupid too, because people in the 70s and 80s got credit without applying. Oh, well, what can I say? Let's see what we can do. The SS5 equals SSN in 1040 tax return. And then now we've got an SS4 equals 1120, known as a tax return and a tax ID. Did you know you never had to bring the pay home in the first place because you listened to a bunch of stupid people? All right, you followed stupid. That means you did something stupid? You're not stupid. But I don't understand stupid. You understand stupid yet? Truly a second chance. Now, if you're one of those tax fraudsters, I don't want to pay tax, or you protest, oh, good for you. Go to prison. Don't collect your $200. Don't go past go. But understand something. For those idiots over there that didn't pay their tax or do the tax returns, if they would have played by the rules, they could have accomplished the same damn goal and not have the IRS want to kick their assets too under the 1244. So let's do this. Let's write down irs.gov. You got it there? Write down 1244. Did you know that the SSN is SS4? We can file one tax return called a compiled return under single filing and almost never pay tax at all. So these idiots on Tickety Talk, Google, and YouTube going blah, 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 they don't know what the hell they're talking about. We're not taxable until we're profitable. So the rich and famous people, they create lines of credit so they keep spending the money so they never pay tax. Maybe someday I'll get you to pay attention and listen to. What do you think? The lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. So today, I want you to do this again, please. SSN, tax, probate and you're dead. Over here, SS4. Ready? Let's understand common sense. We're going to put that in a bottle and sell it for $1 million. So let's do this. Everything under tax ID is a write-off. It's free money. But you got to pay back the minimum payment. Next thing we have to understand, you're not hurting your family, you're being stupid and bringing the pain home. And then from there, a division that I invented in 85, 86 is your line of defense. So a corporation with 3 divisions can build $1 million of cash credit. I can build it for you if you want me to. From there, guess what we get to do? We get to build a legacy for our family. All right. And the bottom line is you didn't get a legacy from your family, sorry to say. Now let's understand the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corporations. They call them states. State got corporations called cities. And then they invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. So they planned the problem. So they get to bankrupt all the friggin' debts and stay in business in front of you. While you used to go about it. That kind of sucks. So we, the people, corporation's a legal person. Stop bringing the pain home. Learn to play. Now, I wanted to make sure I didn't bring the pain home like you. And see, I'm one of the few, not one of the many. I don't want to be like anybody else. Never have. Never will. So I wanted my second chance in case I screwed up too. Why don't you write down 9 divisions? Can you do that for me too? 9 divisions. Now, I need you to write down division of me. Write it down. Now we're going to look at that form again, like I instructed when I was 9.5. I informed Ted Turner there's 26 ways to that sucker at Mrs. Hope's house. You go, what? Yeah, he couldn't believe it. So let's understand. Level 1. Here's number 1. Legal name of what? Entity. Individual person. I can put your name on line 1, a corporation, division, or subsidiary. I can allow to build a corporate umbrella, and they can be the duck, not you. Because when they sue you, you got a duck. That kind of sucks. So let's understand something today. Division of me. Let's show you one of the Lamborghinis part of the collection, okay? Here's the keys. It's worth $1 million. Boom, boom. The payment is $6,800 a month. Well, damn, if I do that and I guarantee it and I can't pay it, the creditor's going to take it away. That sucks. Now I got shitty credit. If I put it in the corporation and they sue the corp, they sue me, I'm still a duck and a sheep. So what did I do? Well, division process. I'm the inventor of that too. So I bought the Lamborghini in a division. Okay, got it so far? I showed you SSN versus SS4. You got it? I guarantee it is a division of me. So the bottom line is I got it right there. Now understand, I have no intent to do fraud. But if blank hits the fan, like everybody's life in a roller coaster and good and bad, what do I get to do? I invented the 3-step. Can you write it down what I use? Maybe use it too. We're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. We're going to put that sucker over here. We're going to maintain our other pieces on our companies, like your banks and grocery stores and your cities do. Isn't that fun? Now, if I can't save it within 6 months, I'm going to use the Federal Protection Act. I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it, throw that sucker away, and go back here. I'm not going to bring the pain to the corporation. That'd be stupid. And I'm not stupid. I'm not bringing the pain to my family. That's double stupid. And I'm not stupid. Neither are you. You've just been following stupid. That's the biggest problem. Now, let's look at a lease on a building. Here's a building. We're going to lease it. If you lease it as the corp, you're the duck and sheep. A division, your safety. Now, you guarantee it's a division of you. Now, all of a sudden, you want to grow your business or it didn't work. What do you get to do? No intent to do fraud, but you can't get that landlord to sue you and screw you up. Now, the next thing is every property you get. I had 19 properties at 17 years old. And they said I couldn't get another one because of the loan value problem. What? And they said, well, how do you do that? Well, you're the expert. You tell me. I dumped every property into division. I freed up my loan to value problem. You see? Solution for problem. Next thing we have to understand is the SS4. That's why I say those people on Tickety Talk, Google, and all the blah, blah, blah. You're not taxable till you're profitable. So as long as the corporation receives money to the SS4 versus the SSN, you're going to be okay. We're going to teach you to play. Next thing is we have to look at the Fair Lending Act. There's 12 acts to master. The Fair Lending Act says one card can get 99 more cards. So if I get you $100,000 to $1 million card, would you like 9 sisters? See, the daisy chain process is what you need to learn to do. That's how you turn it into $1 to $5 million if you want to play, but that's up to you. So let's do it again. All right, replace you as SS4. We're going to talk about that Lamborghini one more time. And what do? No intent to do fraud. If I got a problem, I'm going to do the 3-step. I'm going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Okay, now what I'm going to do now? Replace you again, SS4. So the bottom line is, if we do it my way, you don't bring the pain home and be stupid ever again. Why would you be stressed? Don't you want to maintain a 750 score? I don't understand why the world's the way they do it anyway. I want to change the whole world, not just you, because this actually works. Isn't that kind of fun? We build a corporate umbrella. Is that okay? The next thing we get to do is simple. Now, I want you, if you have a corporation today, I want you to prove me right and prove yourself to understand. You go to the Secretary of State's website. You look up your corporation. You find your name because you're the incorporator. You're on the officer's list, state of information. And if you use your home address like 87% of people do, change it because that's called stupid. You added yourself to the national mailing list, and they sell that all the time. That's how you get your robocalls. So when I was a little boy, they said, don't put your eggs in one basket, and they said, put your ducks in a row. Since the dummies couldn't answer the question for me, I came up with their solution. So right now today, if your corporation is sued, you're screwed up. You're a duck. That kind of sucks. Why don't we create a line of defense for you too? So you never bring the pain home to the corporate or your family. Wouldn't that make more sense? So we get 2 per each item. Now, here's what I want you to remember. No intent to do fraud. In my level 1 class, I teach you how to have a resolution of intent. So no one can say you had the intent to do fraud. Corporation divisions. Division has a problem. What are we going to do? Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. Now, if you got a tax ID in a corporation today, oh, goody for you. I bet you don't know diddly squat. You don't have $1 million to $5 million of credit, do you? Cash credit. Why don't you let me add history to your tax ID and get your card up to 100,000? Would that be okay? Next thing is, why don't you let me daisy chain it to 9 more cards? There's your first $1 million. See, I don't understand why the people, all you, don't have $1 million of credit. I don't understand why people have shitty credit in the first place. How stupid could they be? There's no reason that anybody should have damn bad credit. They always complain, look at the rich and famous people. Shut up and join them. Simple to do. So here's what happens. I designed my system for $150,000 of checkbook money. I'll show you that too. And $100,000 of cash card. So each entity should be $250,000. So we just took one card today, just one. And we went to 9 more cards. And I daisy chained it for you because I invented that too. 113 ways to do that. You know what you're going to have? $1 million of credit. If you want me to daisy chain cards for you. All right, I charge $1,000 for one card to get you 9 more using my system, my dashboard. Is that okay? So the next thing is corporate credit, write out, personal credit, not. Why would anybody use personal credit to start a business? That's just plain stupid. Nobody's stupid. Now, here's a $100 million building across the street from South Coast Plaza Mall I obtained. The $1 million Lamborghini, one of the $5 million mansions, and one of the race boats worth $1 million. Got my name on it. Why don't you? What's wrong with you? Okay, why didn't you get this stuff? What's wrong? What the hell have you been doing? You've been following silly, stupid people? So let me get you the first 100,000, okay? Then we can leverage that into $1 million. You got one source named Ray Reynolds, and that's me. I have no excuses. Now you do too. Never bring the pain home. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? You want some goodies? I like to basically, if you want to be next to my collection of millionaire corporations, you can play. Now, if you're not going to get to the millionaire, you might just log off right now because you don't really want to play. You're having that same rerun, and you like reruns. I gave up the Lucy show a long time ago. If you let me add history to you and your corporation, we can play on one of my pool tables if you want. So what's your goal? Simple. Take the calendar for the rest of this year. You're in the 3rd quarter now, halfway through, and it's a race now. How many working days you have left? Now I'm online 6 days a week. I'm the only one that does what I do on this planet. Yes, my wife calls this my hobby. I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. Why would I want one of those when I'm having fun with you? But you see, today we're going to give you what I call Kmart pricing. All right, I'm normally $3,000 an hour and $25,000 a day. Now I want you to write down credit, loan, money. Write it down. Go get that tablet and pen, and let's do it again. Credit, loan, money. Here's a $100,000 credit card from Wells Fargo. Here's 3 of them. So let's understand. Usually anything above $10,000 of corporate credit under tax ID doesn't show up on personal credit report. So we take $100,000 off a corporate credit card. We put it in Wells Fargo Bank because that's the card we use. And we're going to reference 3 times 5. Write it down. Reference 3 times 5. They'll give us up to 1.5 million line of credit. You need to master borrow money is not taxable. You take the corporation, you buy a franchise, you one division, and then you buy an apartment complex. You're building residual income. This is what you need to leave to your family, not all those other stupid people who don't want to help their family at all. That's called stupid. So what do we get to do? The 100,000 gives you financial freedom up to $1.5 million, and that can build you residual income up to $50,000 a month for the corporation. Would that be okay? So maybe you want to do Section 8s. Did you know there are 14 states you can get a brand new house from $35,000 to $75,000? Yeah, 14 different states. Maybe you'll do the Section 8. How about a property for $250,000 or $500,000? What are we trying to do? Here's the one for $75,000. Okay, so let's understand. The down payment with closing costs is $5,000. If we took it off of a corporate credit card, we get to write it off anyway. And the payment is $50 a month, what the average person pisses away every other day. Now that's $150 by 3 at a time. Why not? You know what that 3 at a time would do? Then if you want to do Section 8 or not, that's up to $50,000 a month positive cash flow. You could play. Here's one in another state for $260. But all they want is basic, because they have no state tax in that state. All they want is $5,000 down too. What are we building again? Up to $50,000 cash flow. So, residual income, maybe Section 8, leaving a legacy. See, it's something you want to do, and I want to change the world because the way they're doing is wrong anyway. So I want you to think today. Go look in the mirror later today. I've been doing my mirror test since I was 2.5 years old. So I want you to look in the mirror. Ask yourself, all right, stare at yourself for 5 minutes and say, what did you do yesterday to get towards the million? You sit there going, that's all, folks. See, you got to stop that crap. Now, do you have the copy that comes out every Monday? There's a repo list every Monday of cars, boats, houses, apartment complex, duplexes, probate list. How about the divorce list? How about the bankruptcy list? They all come out on Monday. How about we sell products and sell and vendor supply credit? If you let me play with you, I'm going to get you up to $1 million for your corp and your divisions, all right, checkbook money and supply and vendor money. And if you do what I say to do, within about 8 months to 10 months to a year, you're going to turn around and be running a $10 million company. But the biggest problem I got is you. You're your biggest problem. I call it don't think, just do. But you might want to pay attention today. We can learn to play. Now, making a money-making machine should be the goal. All right, if you're aggressive, if you're not lazy, just go back to have the job and let them just whatever you want to do. See, I want you to get 100,000 to 1 million of supply and vendor credit. No bills due up to 90 days. So this is called OPM money. I'm the original OPM from years ago. We're going to build up that Dun & Bradstreet. And I wrote the rules for that too. Wow. Why don't we sell on Amazon? I got clients that do millions on Amazon and eBay. Simple to do. So let's do this. Why don't you take a picture right now? Take out your cell phone. Certain page, they'll say you take a picture. Click. Here's one private call with me for 15 minutes. All right, here's 90 days of level 1 and level 2 and level 3 in specialties. So you pick which one you want. Then you'll be able to call a specialist and what you want to do right away. And that's the bonus credit you would do and what you would invest. Next thing is, if all you want is my workshops, level 1, level 2, level 3 in specialty, they're $1,000 each for 90 days. During this broadcast only, all right, they're $999 for all 4 of those for 90 days. You want to get a specialist on the phone or right away, just do it Zell. Now click if all you want is bonus credit. There you go. What amount do you want? What do you want to invest? See, I have no excuses, neither do you. If you want a private phone call with me, 1, 3, 7, or 26, let us know. Take a picture of that too. So guess what? Now, I would like to build you $1 million of credit, if you allow me to. But that's 10%. That's $100,000. It's expensive. So I'll also give you $45,000 of bonuses for free, the ones you're missing, the pieces. If you already have it, then you don't need it. From there, if you paid in full, it's $50,000. No bonuses, $30,000. Or you could put $10,000 paid in full, and you can make a monthly payment as I build you up and away. Would that be okay? I'm only putting 10 people in that. There's only a couple left anyway. Now, here's what I want you to think about. Stop doing life the way you do it. I'm sorry, the way you do life sucks. You're going to get that 401k, which is a piece of crap. You're going to retire and go broke within 6 years anyway. All right, guess what? So the rerun, you got to stop the rerun. Let me rebuild your credit, personal business, up to $1 million plus, and I teach you to be an investor. Let's teach you to be an investor. You see, when you invest money in the corporate credit, you get to write it all off, and the money coming in too. So if you take that money, let's say 10% of every card, and you invest it, the way I'll show you how, that's residual income up to $50,000 a month, forever. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, to leave a real legacy. The bottom line is here. Here's a program, all right, only for a couple people. What I'm going to do is coach them for 1.5 years. So this means any and all classes. It means very simple, weekly video conferencing with a group of people. And from here, all weekly call, you're stuck with me. I get to tell you what to do, and you have to follow through. What a concept. And we have to do a rapid refresh to bring your score up and away. Monthly, in person, in the conference room, going through your blueprint that I'm going to design for you so we accomplish the goal. And all you're going to do is I'm going to clone me to you, and you're just going to do what I tell you to do. Now, if you can't fly in or come in, then we'll Zoom it. Okay? Is that all right? See, what you got to learn to do is build credit like I do. So I'm going to train you personally, personal, business, and division. And we're going to go after projections. We're going to go after limits, what to ask for. And you and I, you're going to elect me as your CFO. All right, and your attorney in fact for an hour or two so I can talk to your creditors for you and teach you how to talk and walk. Is that okay? And from there, we're going to daisy chain credit up to $1 million to $5 million. That's fun. And then we're going to increase the limits every 46 days. Would that be okay? But this program's $25,000. It's not for the people who want to stay in kindergarten. This is the ones who want to go for it, up to $5 million. If that's not you, don't worry, you won't get it anyway, because I'm only letting 10 people in it in the first place. And we're almost sold out. Isn't that fun? The goal is up to $5 million, and we get residual income. We're going to work on that up to $50,000 a month. Is that okay? But again, that's not for everybody. So there's only 10, and I only have a couple left in that too. So they open up and away. So take a picture. This is Zelle, Ray Reynolds recipient, Ray at rayscredit.com. You put RW Zelle, what you Zelle for. Bank, transfer, deposit, or wire. No excuses anymore. I like that. Isn't that fun? So I like goodies. You like goodies yet? All right. God's gift, mansions in the harbor. Oh, I like goodies and goodies and goodies, don't you? Now, why don't you have goodies? I don't understand. All right. I've been doing this since I was a kid. Now, here's the guy, which is me, that holds the record for the highest friggin' kick. All right. I was kicking the door jam at 10, then the basketball hoop, and then the fastest kick on the planet. So when some idiot says white men can't jump, I don't understand, stupid. I hold the record to this day. I kicked out the lights that night. The Guinness Book of Records guy came in and he insulted me. He says, "Where's the wires?" I kicked out the lights and he ran out like a little friggin' girl. He did come back and says, "Well, there's no wires. This is an aluminum building." No blank, Sherlock. So wherever you come from, it doesn't matter. You can accomplish your goals. You understand this? Don't let anybody get in your way besides you. Get the hell out of your way because you're the one who's holding yourself back anyway. So my first car, I bought it from an auction. I invented Car Finder at 14. I used to get $2.20 for every low jack ever sold until that SOB stole my life in a coma. So what do we get to do? I drove it to Orange Coast College at 14 and a half. They all whispered I'm a trust fund baby. Hell, I got no mommy and daddy. I'm a friggin' orphan. The government wanted me to die when I got shot in my shoulder. They didn't give a shit about me. So I don't hear no. Do you hear no? That's just somebody saying because they don't know how to do it. So I say thank you. And then I go around them and say, there's got to be a way. The lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. Stop bringing the pain home. Now, I've been one of the number one coaches for years, for about 30 plus years. Now, there's 1,000 steps. You're going to have to work your tail off. You have to learn to be a certified CFO. Now, if you don't have an IRS account, go to irs.gov and open an account so you can show and look at your tax returns to make sure everything's always current. Be on top of the game. All right, learn to play. Now, the next thing is the Ray Reynolds University. Do you know, when I was in a coma, my wife went over to the office at One Technology Drive, Irvine Spectrum. She found Ron, all right, in the back with 2 U-Haul trucks stealing my books. She didn't realize that was the second trip. And then we had Tom, my IT guy. He sold my websites to a porn site. So when you ever get one of my CDs, never call the phone number because it's a porn site. All right, I could get the websites. It took me 10 years to get them back. The number, you never want to call it. See, when you're down and in a coma, the people around you usually screw you. All right, and that's what they did to me. It sucks. But you know what? All right, it's simple. Leaving $10 billion to the Ray Reynolds University. You see, I'm not going to have my kids inherit and pay tax. That's called stupid. And I'm not stupid. I already paid the tax. Daddy paid the tax. I leave it into the corp. When I sat with Warren Buffett years ago, we had a root beer float. I said, I'm going to leave about $1 million in irrevocable trust, and then the rest to the corporate, give it away. That's what I told him. So what do we get to do? So my children are the officers of the corporation. So when I'm dead, they get to control everything, not have to pay tax. That's the way to play. Samsung didn't listen to me when I told him that in 2018. So my children are the puppet masters. You want to play? What legacy did you get from your family? A big fat zero, probably. See, these dummies, they work their tail off. They build residual income and all the good stuff. When they die, they leave little pieces to everybody. And by that time, everything's gone. And the reality is just they're a memory. They should have left everything so they could take it over. I want to show you how to play. All right, sad. God rest her soul. It's kind of sad. Why? Because her 3 sons are fighting over her stuff. After they're done beating each other up and getting almost nothing through probate, all right, she'll just be a memory of the past. So let's do this today. You can't live forever. We're going to die. We're going to live. We've got to plan the problem too. So let's understand. If a corporation can live forever and we're going to die, should we not build it so our family take it over too? That way it helps the next generation. Why don't we write down, it's ready, you write it down? Irrevocable trust. Why don't you write down UCC1? Come on, go through this. Let's understand. Your house has a deed of trust. Your car has a pink slip. All the stuff in your house and office should be listed on a UCC1. You record it, county recorder's office. You turn it into a chattel mortgage. See, when you're dead, who's going to get all your goodies? You going to let them fight over it? Or is it listed on the irrevocable trust so you know where it's going to go? See, that's what I think you should do. But again, I want you to think about the 3 things to live life by. There's 3 things to live by. First, we have to plan the problem. We have to plan to live, and we got to plan to die. It's just the way it works. So I like building credit for every time somebody invests into a program of mine. I like to give them up to 10 times their money back. Yeah, that's right. When they invest 1,000, they get 5,000 back. It's better than being friggin' in Vegas, 5 times their money, and I rebuild their life. I'm the only crazy one doing this on the planet, and this is my last year. So get what you can while you can, and if you don't get it, then you blew it. Here's a corporation with divisions. Write down the diagram. Come on, let's do it. Bank of America now is over 5,000 locations. They have bankrupt. Chase Bank, no, bankrupt. B of A was indicted last week. $100 million. Chase was 2 weeks ago. Wells Fargo all the time, and U.S. Bank too. So we look at Sam's Club. They've now bankrupted over 1,500 locations. Geico ran out of the state of California because they were changing the rules for insurance, and they fired everybody. And then they bankrupt all the buildings. And then you have 11 cities that did this too. So if you listen and learn, you can learn to play. And you can quit bringing the pain home. Is that okay? But you have to learn to be a certified CFO. And you have to get your mindset on $1 million to $5 million. If you play, we're going to use my blueprint. I started at 9.5 years old, and I want you to memorize it too. It's called See It, Believe It, Go Get It. Is that okay? We're going to have fun. So let's understand. My thought of the week is, guess what? All right, what are you still sitting there for? It's the time to get off your ass, and go get it. I mean, if you don't do what I tell you to do, you're going to have the same thing you did yesterday. That's about it. It's time to get off your assets. See, if you don't turn the key on the bus, it won't go. Well, that's up to you. Learning to play. I like to rebuild your life like Humpty Dumpty. Would that be okay if I get to tell you what to do and all you have to do is follow through? Let's draw this diagram one more time. Here's a corporation managing entities. Why? Then you stop bringing the pain home. The divisions are the ducks. And on top of that, I get to repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. Is that okay? Now, I'm going to do my radio and TV show next year. I don't have time for my 6 days a week thing. So after 45 years, time's almost over. Get what you can as fast as you can now. So I like rich and famous people. Michael was great. I got all kinds of custom pictures of him, and God rest his soul. I even did, President of the United States of America. I did 2 of those. They're corporations too. We get to play. Isn't that fun? So what happens is rich and famous people learn and listen better than you. Sorry, it's just true. You had your kitchen table meeting, didn't you? With your friends and family. And you said, we're going to start a business, honey. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Guess what? Then you said, hopefully someone had some brain and said, what if something goes wrong? And then the reality is what happened is you hawked your house. You hawked your credit. You jacked it up. You dropped your score. Hell, you can't get any more. And you can't write off daily squat. Sorry, I call that stupid. And you're not stupid. So let's teach you to play how you never bring the pain home again. Is that okay? I can change your life if you allow me to. Now, let's write down today's date. Let's project 90 working days. Let's get some goodies. Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. One of the things that kind of pissed me off is I wrote down on page 6, cash flow for your time. And that, Richie Ditchy Dad tried to use it too. I probably should have sued his assets, but I didn't bother. So when I sold the Millionaires Founders Kit at the Bonaventure for 32 years, every Wednesday night for $5,000 a set. If you'd like a copy of the 12 books for the $1 Million Dream, it's right here. All you have to do is basically give us 99 bucks. My wife gave them to the church and all the things we get to do. So we're going to ship it right away. All you do is you Zelle $99, okay? And it's a Zelle, and then you get the books and CDs. No problem. Next, I want you to think about real estate. We got up to billions in real estate, financial series, buckets of money, and tax balancing. That's about $2,000 today. If you Zelle $199 now, while I'm talking, you get it for $199. If you don't, and if you do it after the fact, it's too late. So I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I just one of the mansions in the harbor. Oh, basically here I got $190,000 a month using 41 divisions. We can play. Take a picture of that Zelle, RW and his Zelle. Now, Zelle. It's always amazing when people always say that and they're kidding me. I don't like it. I created it. Create your own goodies. Bottom line is starting a business, running a business. You don't know if the people around you are going to knock you off the cliff, catch you, or you're just going to die. Plan to hold your breath because that's what it's going to take. So let's understand for about me. Every day since I was 2.5 years old, I wake up at 2:25. See, as an user and abuser, it used to get me at 2:30 in the morning when I was 2.5 years old. So if I didn't wake up at 2:30, this SOB would come get me. So I've been waking up ever since then, and I can't sleep past 2:30. So I woke up this morning at 2:25, went to my knees, and I said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. I've been giving myself the mirror test since I was 2.5 years old. I didn't get a family. I got hell instead. So I got to put myself in check. You've been following a bunch of dummies, sorry to say. You allowed them cloud your direction, and that just slows you down. So today I want to show you what happened to me on July 4th, 2009. Everything I touch turns to gold, up to $100 million plus the billion. So my wife, I love her. She's my rock. She says, can we take out one of the yachts? Because I have 3 in the backyard. We're at millions and billions. I'm on people 6 days a week. Why not, honey? How many people? Which yacht we're going to take? The next day, I'm in a damn coma. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, well, what can I say? I died at 5:41. At the time of death, they recorded, they tell the state and federal government. And that kind of sucks, too, when you're not dead and you die and come back. So I can hear what's going on in the room. My tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. And then the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. They're going to take out my heart and take it away. Lucky they didn't see a little pink dot on my driver's license, huh? I wouldn't have gave her a choice. So Jesus gave me a choice, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. Now, here's one thing I want you to think about. Now, I had to go to school in Watts, Torrance, Hawthorne, and Long Beach, all these great areas. I had to move 24 times. I'm 11.5 years old. Or it kind of sucks. You get a hold of these bullies. You got to run or kick or run or die. I'd rather basically not kick it. I'd rather kick it than run. That's just me. I've been shot twice, one in the leg, one in the shoulder. I've been knifed 6 times. I think I'm Jesus' example. What do you think? Because for all I went through, and I'm still going to get millions and billions and more, what's wrong with you? You stubbed your toe, got to go blow your nose or something? I'm God's true example. So let's get you off your whatever you're trying to do. And I got a book coming up this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. You see, being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. So let's get you unstuck, because I think you're stuck. Let's get you past go. How about we show you real Lamborghinis? All right, we show you some Duffys and mansions, and how white men really jump and stupid people say we don't, and more Lamborghinis. All right, race butts in the backyard, helicopter, U-Dot, yachts, and Ferraris. I call it race rules. Is that okay? So I want to show you real goodies and use my blueprint. And I want you to learn it, see it, leave it, go get it too. But that's going to be up to you if you turn these up today. Now, credit repair is a fraud. I mean, I can't believe how many stupid people pay credit repair 100 plus a month for years and still have shitty credit. The Federal Trade Commission says they're a fraud. The top 4 of them have been indicted 4 times. All right, I don't get it. There's no magic wand. Mine doesn't work. Can I borrow yours? I do have a book called Bullshit Doesn't Come In. I already paid the bills. Maybe you'll get a copy of that one too. So let's understand what you need to do today. You need to Google Section 611. Write it down. Now, here's the thing. You can't rip off your creditors and be a damn crook. So let's remember, you got to man up, woman up, negotiate your debt. If you truly want a 750 score, I'm going to show you exactly what I designed years ago. That's all it takes. If you negotiate any open collection account, that's all you got to do. And there, I want all cards at 25-29% rule, but 2. From there, we basically do a rapid refresh. Now you got a 750 score. That's all I need to do, and you got to do your part 2, and then you can learn the KISS method. KISS stands for keep it simple. Stupid. Nobody's stupid. They just do stupid things. So let's give you the first 25 steps today. So Credit Karma. Intuit bottom on December 3rd, 2020. So now they're Intuit Credit Karma, and there's no phone number to still help you. Oh, well, now if you let me do one thing for you and analyze you, let me sign up today. One of our specialists are through here on the webinar with me. We're going to analyze your credit within 24 hours so we can drive Scott nuts and say, you can't do it that fast. Yeah, Scott, we will. It's okay. All right. So guess what we get to do? 750 score in 90 working days if you do what I tell you to do. And you know what I'm going to do? I have 10 classes on Saturday live with me. And at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to call your case number in rotation. And I'm going to tell you exactly from me what needs to be done in your part. We don't have any excuse, neither do you. Here's that application to get the SSN called SS5 you didn't pay attention to. Name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above. See, your SSN has nothing to do with credit purposes. SS5 equals SSN 1040. So if you look at your Social Security card, most of them still say, don't laminate, don't use for ID purposes, and don't carry with you. And property or social administration, not you. So let's understand. You got the SSN for your 1040 tax return, so they can tax us till we're dead and stick us in probate too. Your first job years ago, you thought the company was ripping you off because half your check was missing. Like Lena said the other day, look what they took. Ah. The bottom line is simple. All right, someone pointed out the IRS gets their cut. You get the leftover. That's what makes us ducks and sheep. She should have had that check go to a corporation and not pay any friggin' tax at all. But that's up to her. We're trying to get her to listen too, like get you to do. So guess what? We're a bunch of ducks and sheep. But you know what? We the people, all right, Constitution. And on top of that, Supreme Court, corporation's a legal person. So if you listen and learn today, guess what you get to do? We get to go to irs.gov and file a 1244 and almost never pay tax again. See, you got to learn to play within the rules. That's how you master the game you want to play. You got one SSN, we're all ducks and sheep. Corporation is sued, they sue the corp, they sue you, you're screwed up. But a division, see, the banks and grocery stores use subsidiaries. I use divisions because I invented them, and then more privately anyway. You could actually learn to be a certified CFO and go get the American dream and knock out what you're doing today. Because what you're doing today isn't working, sorry to say. You're going to do that rerun. So let me rebuild your SSN. I can let you be a CFO for your corporate and the divisions. At the same time, I want you to master the SS4. I want you to choose wisely and be a double CFO. And put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella. Would that make more sense? Why would anybody have shitty credit when they never had to in the first place? I don't understand stupid. Do you understand stupid yet? So there's that form called SS5. Let's compare it to SS4. You ready? You ready? Here's the SS4. Legal name of entity, corporation, division, subsidiary. Individual person is right there. So we can learn to play. Now we're going to dissect the form, which you never do. You're going to learn that from me to dissect everything you do. Guess what? We get to look at banking and credit purposes. It's right there per entity. Debt follows tax ID. Credit reports tax ID. Why would anybody be stupid enough to have shitty credit? Now, your corporation's only allowed to do 4 things. You ready? Number 1, we're going to buffer tax. Everything coming to the tax ID, no taxes due till you're profitable. Then we're going to get a bunch of corporate cash credit and write it all off. It can finance itself. Whee! And a car at fleet price and a free buffet. Now that's the only thing the corporation gets to do. Divisions, the line of defense. Screw up one, go get another one. Just don't have any intent to do fraud. From there, what do we get to do? They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports. In real estate, we can separate liability. We can do a flippity-dippity-do. Now let's understand, divisions give you the line of defense. Let me please build you a corporate umbrella. I'm the only one that does this on planet Earth. Is that okay with you? And then I'll build you as much credit as you want me to. I got no excuses, now neither do you. So we can play. Now I'm going to guarantee what I say I can do. That means you have to do exactly what I tell you to do. I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old. And you have to follow through and be part of the program and go to class and not fall on your wad. So if you violate, don't do that. Don't jack up cars or don't apply during the program. I add history to you, corporate divisions. And if you screw this up, we're not here to play push me, pull me. If you screw up, it's okay. Own it. We're going to charge you a fee or we're going to have to close your case. Just be responsible if you screw up. Please be a grown up. From there, past, present, and future. Remember, you got a collection item, you negotiate. Past can't chase future. You have an IRS problem, they have a magic form too. It's called 656-433 A and B. You can solve all the problems you're trying to do. From there, all I want to do is one thing, is a rapid rescore. Here's a 750. Would you really like one? All you have to do is what I tell you to do. Analyze you, rapid refresh, push it up, up and away. Quick green lights. Did you know 39 years ago I invented rapid scoring, rapid refresh? When I was training Ken Yarbrough and basically working with Harold Stokes, one of my mentors, one of my attorneys too, we could play. Everybody gets a 750 plus as long as they do what I tell them to do. I'll guarantee it for you too, but you have to follow through and go to class. Now here's a nice lady. She's got a 651. She don't have shitty credit, but she's using half her cards. I said, why, man? My attorney, my CPA, and my banker told me to. I said, you're listening to Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber. Okay, that's why you have a shitty score. No green lights. Rapid rescore, 745 and above. You see, understanding the system that I helped design anyway is pretty good. Nice client. Him and his wife were basically tricked by an attorney and his wife to do a bankruptcy. Nobody should ever file bankruptcy, period, unless they're going to garnish your wages today. And if you have a house, they're going to take it away. I'll teach you to buy time anyway. Now, here's $500 to start him out again. Oh, this guy, he's got 11 collection accounts. So I got him a 3,000 card so he can balance his debt and get rid of the crap. Again, be responsible too. So if you let me rebuild you, do a rapid rescore. You go to class on Saturday. I got 10 of them live all through the day from 6 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No excuse for you. Our target is a 750 score. Now, the bottom line is it's $999. I'm going to hand you a $1,000 card back. So it reverses you. Now it takes away your excuses. All right, we're going to rebuild you. Now understand, during this broadcast, all right, it's going to be discounted half price. So that means $499, the card becomes $500. You can Zelle during the broadcast, RW, or you can call the specialist and say, I'm on a Ray's webinar. I want it now, now, now. There you go, if you want your discount. Here's your Zelle. Write it down. Take a picture of that too. So if you want to give me referrals, I'll build more credit or I'll tell you back 10%. But your referral, better name your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. If you want, you can email me the name and phone number so you get credit for that too. Now, here's your biggest problem with you. You're a voter like me. They sell the voting list 412 times a year. You see, this is your biggest problem. You're on the national mailing list. How about we got a cable bill? You got a corporation? You might just want to call 888-567-8688 and opt out for 5 years. And get off the national mailing list. That's up to you. Step 4. Now, the next thing we have to do is plan the problem. I'm sorry. You will loan money to a friend and family member. When you give something away, they don't respect it, so they always come back and say, I'm sorry. They don't give a shit. You allowed someone to take advantage of you. That's your fault, by the way. Then you spend money on a bunch of crap that didn't work. Johnny said Tony Baloney ripped him off for $7,500. I said, no, you got to walk on coal and burn your feet, and you learn some blah, blah, blah. Without tools and rules, bottom line is it's BS. Safety credit. Don't forget the sticky. Do the discipline I told you before. There's your line of defense. I designed a system for 0 to 29 years ago. It's green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. That sticky gives you the discipline you've been lacking all along too. There's number 5 for you. Now I know you're going to say, I got an emergency, Ray. You got to knock off the crap. All cards use the 29% rule, but 2. Your house and car, they never fluctuate on your credit report unless you don't pay the payment. So you have 2 cards on planet Earth that basically don't fluctuate your score ever, and you can max them out up to $1 million and pay it over time limit too. These are the only cards you're ever going to take past 29%. Now you're going to maintain your 750 score because I told you what to do, and I expect you to follow through. Now, what happens when you lose your job, have an emergency? Everybody does the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wait to go jack up their cards to 42% in 42 days. Then they want to tell the world, look at me. All right, all's feeling sorry for themselves. I don't think anybody really gives a shit, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. So understand something today. You need $5,000 now. Ask your friends, your family, the bank when you need it. The answer is no. Don't need it. Here you go. See, the average person wastes $50 every other day. This is a $5,000 credit card in my hand. Max it out, the payment is $50 a month. There's your safety. What the average person wastes every other day, they could have maintained a $5,000 credit card and not bring the pain home in the first place. See, I don't understand. They don't have common sense. They say the average person wastes $140 a week. Is that true? That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, I get to write it all off anyway, and the payment is $612.26. So what the average person wastes and kind of pisses away in a given month During the pandemic, they could have bought 2 pizza restaurants using some common sense. Isn't that fun? Now, here's again, white man can't jump. Only stupid people say they can't, because I hold the record, because white men do jump. Old Nixon took the gold standard out. Can you write down Ray's rules now? We're going to use 29% utilization only on 100,000, 71,000 of safety. The only thing that ever screws up from now on in your life is a division. And if you don't want a business, you run your life through corporate divisions anyway, because you're allowed to. It's your constitutional right. So the only thing that would screw up is the division. If you screw up one, you get another one, as long as you have no intent to do fraud. There's your blueprint. Ray's rules. Step number 7 today. All right, never bring the pain home and become a certified CFO. Would that be okay if you paid attention today? Oh my goodness, wouldn't that be fun? Now here I am in a coma. I got to die at 5:41. Kind of sucks. I wish I could have gone up and go boom, scare the hell out of them. It would have been funny. Oh well. Once you Google the address, it'll show you I'm telling you the truth. You see, I've been in 2 comas in my life. First one, I was 5.5. I was crippled for life. I went down Delane Street in Torrance, a big hill. My face was the break. I woke up and the lady's ringing the bell. If you gotta go pee-pee, let me know. Ring the bell. I rang the bell. She's out having a cigarette by the pool. I went off the couch. I grabbed the ugly shag carpet. I pulled myself to the pee-pee. But halfway, Jesus said, get up, and I got up. They looked at me. He's walking. What? Freaked him out. Last time I got to die and come back and help you. You see, the devil's trying to knock us down and hold us back. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So you have a choice. Let me repackage you or go back to your rerun. That's all you get to do. What's a corporation again? A legal person that may sue or be sued. I was just lucky I paid attention. Are you paying attention today? Basically, the lack of knowledge is what makes people do something stupid. I don't think people are stupid. I think half are lazy. The other half follow ducks and sheep. Helping hand industry, 100,000 in the mail, named in the movie Dave. So a division process that I invented for you. This is for car, location, building, all right, everything you do, even credit card. Something goes wrong, we get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate. You have real estate, oh good, they slip and fall. It's a division and not lose all the properties too. And then we get cash, supply, credit to each division. See, a corporation's a legal person. I showed you chapter 18, so it's each division. You could actually learn to play. Now, I built credit for my cat while I was at the Bonovich to prove my point. And I'm not really a cat person, but that's okay. I saved him on Beach Boulevard when he was going to get ran over. And I couldn't shake it off, so I built him a Mingos credit. You know what? Inc. Magazine came to interview me at the Bonovich, and I said, use plastic to finance your business. The next article was that too. We get to play. Why don't you have 9 divisions? Let's do 9 divisions, okay? Let's understand. If you let me build your corporate umbrella, in my system, it allows me literally to take your tax ID and add credit report to Experian, Treasury, and Equifax instantly. I know it took you 3 years to figure out yours, and you're learning things today you should have known all along anyway. So let's build the credit reports. Then let me build you some cash credit cards. And then I'll line you up for checkbook money. Would that be okay if you paid attention to that too? If you want $1 million of credit, it takes up to 9 divisions. If you want 5 million, it's up to 41. There you go. Again, before you go any further, what I want you to do is write another note. You're going to check your corporation today if you have one. I want you to find your name, officer, all right, from there, incorporator. And if you use your home address, that's called stupid. I want it changed to a mailbox, etc. And get yourself off the national mailing list. When they said to put all your ducks in a row as a kid, they couldn't give me an answer. So I gave them a solution like I'm trying to give you. When they sue the corporation, they sue you. That kind of sucks. You're now a duck. If you get the divisions line in defense, you don't bring the pain home to the corp or your family ever again. My dashboard allows me to build credit reports under tax IDs. Now I know everyone's going to give their sad story. I lost my job. Then go get one. Go to the church. Do what you got to do. So I get tired of excuses. They stole my life. My wife and me, kids were homeless. I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, and my bracelet. All right, I had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 times. You see, there's no excuse. You got to get off your ass and go get it. Corporations can build itself in cash credit. You should have never been the duck in the first place. So remember, my system's designed for a 150 checkbook money and a line of credit for 100,000 per entity. Just one card would get you up to $1 million if you allow me to daisy chain for you. And that's not hard for me to do in my system. That's what speeds it up. But again, there's how you get up to the million on one card alone. And understand I charge $1,000 per card. Simple to do. Now they offer, now make sure you understand, American Express is actually a bank. They offer 99 more cards, authorized user or division cards. Which would you like? They offer a line of credit. You want that to go in the corp, so you need a division of you. Understand? So that way the corporation can pay it back too and write it all off. So if you allow me to build a corporate umbrella, I add 2,000 of history. So instantly I set up credit reports in my system. And what happens is I build you the corporate umbrella. Now we charge $499 per division. 3 is $14.97. And that is simple. You got to Zelle, or you can call the number and you can get a specialist right away and they'll give you those $14.97 too, right away. That's all you got to do. Now, when I put basically cash flow free my time in the book called Winning the Game of Business on page 6 was to go take credit, loan it out. Because I invented chattel mortgage and basically from there and UCC1 blocker. You'll learn those through my books and CDs too. And what happens is you can basically increase your paycheck or replace it. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? How many goodies would you like? We sponsored the Love Ride, and guess what? I got to ride with Neil Diamond 3 times. We can sing Holly Holy and Red Red Wine. So you should have $1 million of credit cards. You should have 5 million of checkbook money. That should be your actual goal as we play, making your money making machine. So let's think, 100,000 to 1 million. All right, vendor and supply credit too. See, let's say you have too much shitty credit. You learn to do this in the division instead, make money here, pay that down over here. Well, there's always a solution instead of being a whiny baby, as most people are. So understand something, OPM money. I'm done in breast yet. I wrote the rules for that too. So what we get to do, sell products on eBay and Amazon. Whee! Now, if you let me build you over here, let's pay attention. Up to the 750 billion cards too. Then my goal is to build you a green card, unlimited, up to 100,000. My system, I can daisy chain a card into 1 million. If we get B of A, 9 cards, 1 million. All right, Wells Fargo up to 1 million. All right, here we got Ink card up to 1 million and Gold card up to 1 million. You see, when someone doesn't let me daisy chain the credit, they never get it done. The reality is this is why they want to make sure I do it for them too. Now, this is only 5 out of the 10 cards I like. That's up to 5 million. Now, don't forget, we're going to go now to basically checkbook money. You ready to play? So the bank will give you unsecured line of credit up to 150 per entity, but you have to have a 2-year corporation. Yes, Scott, 2 years. So here's my favorite 5, okay? There's other ones too that give checkbook money. But remember, it's per division. So you could literally get up to $5.4 million of checkbook money if you want that too. But again, that's why I want to be your coach. Now, if you don't have a 2-year corp, wait till next year. If the office, you call that office, they better sell it for $9.99 because I've been saying that for months and I hate when they discount my price. When I say it's $9.99 when you call the office, they better hold that price. During this webinar only is when you get half price. So that means you can call them now. But after I'm done talking, forget it. Or you can Zelle. Got it? Simple to do. Now, I got 8 specialty classes. 10 classes on Saturday. The special class is at 8:30 in the morning. So let's understand this Saturday, it's nonprofit. Like the first corporate I set up, isn't that kind of fun? It's at 8:30 in the morning. And what's going to happen is very simple. If you want specialty classes, you don't have them right now, it's $999 for 90 days, or it's $499 per class. Because we're going to talk about that 501c3 federal exemption. Isn't that fun? No, this crap's got to stop. All right, now that you know some rules and tools, and you know they always go up and down after past 29%, and you have 2 cards that don't do that to you, now you know what cards to use to max up to $1 million. You got to stop bringing the pain home. Next, every cash card for a corporation requires a certified CFO. Now, what we're going to do is understand borrowed money is not taxable. You're going to learn to get your lifetime income. And the bottom line is anything screws up ever again, it's a division because you protect the corp and your family. You got it? There's your cake and eat it too. All right, you don't bring the pain home. We use Ray's rules. We get to play. If I gave you a check today for $1 million, what would you do with it? All right, everybody's getting happy. They're all going to, what they're saying is bull crap. They would kiss it away. And as you put the check in your personal bank account, you want to keep $375. You put it in the corporation, you keep it all, pay all the bills, and pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. See, you're United States of America Incorporated. Gave you the example you didn't pay attention to, because they got 50 corporations called states. Every state got a corporation called a city. And then they invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy. In case blank hits the fan, they can bankrupt the debt and stay in business in front of you. You have the same rights as long as you have no intent to do fraud. Understand? You get to play step number 9 today. Why don't you Google bankruptcy? You see, if something went wrong, the next time in your life a roller coaster of faith and persistence, is it going to be your SSN and your family again, or a corp division or subsidiary? You see, those are the only choices you get. You can learn to play if you listen and pay attention today. Let me add you to my system, please. I'll build you up $10 million of credit. But you got to go to class, not following you want. You got to follow through and pay attention. That concept too. Now here's the starter package. I'm going to rebuild the credit rapid score. National average this morning for a corporation is $2,400. It fluctuates all the time. So if you pay an attorney, CPA, and incorporating service, you pay them $2,000 plus, that's called stupid. You didn't learn diddly squat. I've been giving articles for free for over 45 years. They're free at all states, by the way. You just pay a little filing fee. If you have one, I'll build the one you got. If not, I'll hand you one. Then you go to my setup class on Wednesday, Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then you're stuck with me again, live. Wouldn't that be fun for you? Now, right now, during this broadcast only, it's my last time because I'm changing pricing as of tomorrow. All pricing changes tomorrow. So it's very simple. For $9.99, the office or me during the broadcast will give you $10,000. After I'm done talking, it goes back to $5,000. And if anybody in that office breaks those rules, I'm going to kick them in the shins. Analyze you in 24 hours. Not really. All right, add history. And then pop credit right away as soon as possible. And I get to repackage you and make sure you're a certified CFO. Will that be okay if you paid attention today and get an extra little bit of credit too? It's Zell. I'll call the office right away. Simple. But if you don't do it during the broadcast, you kind of blew it. They will give you the $5,000. Beat your doubt, run your race, get out of my way while I rebuild you, please. Simple. I like to get you past go because I think you're stuck. God's gift in the house is in the harbor. Yachts in the backyard and race boats too, with all my name on it as well. Marketing tool. Oh, Lamborghinis and buildings and helicopters. I'd like you to change your driver's license to a P.O. box or mailing address. Keep the privacy, but that's up to you, step 12. Now I want to look at your car today. Yeah, the car you drive, that you let them sweat you for 5 hours, treating you like a duck and a sheep. Did it feel good? You lost $10,000 plus. You probably up to 9 inquiries. That's not how you buy a car. Sorry to say, that's kind of silly and dumb. The car is fleet price tax ID division. It doesn't need gap insurance. It doesn't on the credit reports. And you get to write it all off and learn to be a CFO. Now it's like the house. If you put 2 people in the house, that's kind of dumb. You create a limited value for 2 people. No. So understand, the car shouldn't be your car. Fleet price tax ID division. If you lose the house or car, the creditor is going to kick your assets and give you shitty credit. Then they'll report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now you have an IRS problem and double shitty credit. So you should have planned the problem, huh? Planning the problem solves the problem. So then you're prepared, called the division process. If you pay attention, that's step 14. Oh, I like the register owner being the division, or that car. Oh, every property you ever get should be a division. You don't know who's going to slip and fall and sue you and screw you up too. Your paycheck should be offset by your what? House payment. Amazon didn't pay tax on that first 10 billion. They don't pay tax on that. They're worth 2 trillion. See, they're not playing any game. They're doing what they're allowed to do. There's no loophole. They get to play, so could you. He bought basically Twitter in 24 hours using the line of credit. I think he's twilly-dee and twilly-dumb. It's just my personal opinion. He does have a spaceship, so do the other 2 guys. I guess they can beam me up Scotty time, huh? You could play the game if you want to. Then you can win the battle. Is that okay? Step 15. We could play. Oh, look at all those goodies. Kind of fun. But understand something. You got to join the club. The companies don't pay tax. Why would they pay tax? As long as they keep raising that line of credit, they don't pay tax at all. I mean, come on, people. This is Carl. He's got a line of credit, B of A, for $1.2 billion. He brings in $1 billion, never pays state or federal tax. Walt Disney, right in front of you in Newsweek, they used an IOU to offset taxes on $1 billion. They wrote their own IOU. Borrow money is not taxable. You can learn to play. Now you can take the cash credit if you want. All right, and understand something. You can look at Island of Man, Panama, Cook Island, all kinds of stuff. Do world business around the world if you want to. Run your life through a corporation in conjunction, please. Ultimate goal, step 16. Or you can basically pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck's taxable income, right? You get the leftover. Then you pay car payment, gas, registration, insurance. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. Once you yell no, start driving a company car like I do. Step 17. Why don't you go to irs.gov and get a hold of an SS4 form? You'll see where it says banking and credit purposes true. See, the reality is the truth will set you free. It's public record. You never had to be a duck and a sheep. You decided to follow that. That's up to you. Bottom line is you can learn to play. Here's mama, just like my daughter 2 days ago who had my 10th grandchild. All right, within an hour and a half, she timed it. They handed her the SS5 for the SSN so they could bond the baby for $35 million apiece, and the baby can go home, take a nap, and go poop. That's what it's for. You see, everything to me is rules and tools. So let's understand something today. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Oh, you have a house not in a trust, and they sue you, they screw you up. And then when you're dead, the family got diddly squat. That kind of sucks. So you hire the contractor to fix up a property. Oh, goody. They hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip, fall, and cut corners and they sue you, they take everything you got too. My way, they get diddly squat. I think my way is better than yours. What do you think? Why don't you create and understand irrevocable trust? But you're a grown-up, aren't you? Step 19, 6 more to go. You get to play. Those idiots that don't file tax returns and do that, just go to prison where you belong. Just like Wesley Snipes, he went to prison for 3 years, fined $5 million. See, you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. They have a form for those people called 656 433 A and B. So we get to play step number 20 today. Why don't you learn to be an OPM? Up to 70% discount, a bill up to 90 days. So they understand we get $200,000 from an escrow, we should leverage it to $15 million. Leveraging money's fun. Bottom line is borrow money's not taxed, so we set up the line of defense. That's step 21 called blackjack. Looks like you won again. Now what are you going to do? Here's my office. First time in my life I felt really on top of the world. I was proud of myself. 22,000 square foot building, Irvine Spectrum, One Technology Drive. 3 locations in other states. Up to $1 million a day. When they stole my life, what am I going to do? Go home and go boo-hoo-hoo? Hell no. I took out my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. I got work to be done. I took out my 5 closet divisions. You know the stupidest thing I watch clients do for 45 years? They don't have 5 closet divisions as a backup in case they screw up. And then I just basically took the credit cards that I had and built another $1 million of credit. I don't stay down. Why do you? Are these turned up loud enough today? Step 22. 1,000 steps to millionaire. Learn to be the certified CFO. Now, if you want the blueprint today, it's $99. All right, $99 during the webinar. Very simple. All you have to do is Zelle $99 on the RW. Put your address. We'll ship it right away. Now, if you want the real estate, how we got billions in real estate, or become the bank, buckets of money, use a couple $1,000s. Today, if you Zelle $199, we'll ship that to you too. Now, I like goodies. You like goodies yet? Now, understand, I created the blueprint for basically buckets of money in one of my books. Here's $190,000 a month. It took 41 divisions. There's your Zelle, RW in your Zelle. That's all you got to do. So I'm not lying 6 days a week. It's my last and final year for 6 days a week. Thank you, Jesus. Reality is next year's the radio and TV show. Now, don't forget credit, loan money. That first 100,000 should be daisy chained to $1.5 million. And the ultimate goal is very simple. That's residual income up to $50,000 a month. Maybe it's Section 8s. Maybe it's investment. Maybe you can listen and quit being the problem. Don't think, just do. It's called let's get off our assets and let's follow through. But from there, it's simple. 5 reasons why corporate credit versus personal credit. From there, make money, make a machine. 100,000 to 1 million. All right, supply and vendor money. Up to 90 days. It's called OPM, Dun & Bradstreet too. So we get to play. Sell products on Amazon and eBay. So again, here's an ultimate package. Take a click. You get one private 15-minute call with me, 90 days if you did this package here, based on what you invest and what bonus credit you want for you. From here, if all you want is the workshops and you don't want the other pieces, usually they're $1,000 for 90 days for each. All right, so they're $4,000 a day. If you zelled it during this broadcast or called the office now, it's $9.99. If you just want credit, click on there too. That's all you got to do. So if you want to call 3 calls, 7 calls, and 26, there you go. From here, I'd like to get you $1 million of credit, but there's 10%. That means $100,000 and give you $45,000 of bonuses, the one you're missing. From there, paid in full is $50,000. No bonuses, $30,000. Or you can put $10,000 down and make a monthly payment as I build you up and away. I'm only putting 10 in that program anyway. From here, we have to understand, stop the way you do life. Sorry, people just do reruns. Let me build the credit so you can learn to be an investor. That way you can create up to $50,000 a month income. Here's a program for me coaching for 1.5 years. Any and all classes, weekly video conference with the group. On top of that, weekly calls with me, private ones, rapid rescore for 1.5 years. And then from there, monthly in person, all right, in my conference room with your blueprint. If you can't fly in, if you're not in the California area, then we're just going to basically Zoom it. Very simple. See, I have to teach you how to master getting credit past the $5 million mark. Projections, all right, limits and how to get them higher, phone calls with creditors, all right, daisy chaining up to $5 million, and basically increase limits. That package is $25,000. It's not a cheap package, but I'm going to get you and build you up. And I want to help you daisy chain credit to $5 million and get you up to $50,000 a month positive cash flow. But then you're stuck with me for 1.5 years. And I get to tell you what to do. Won't it be fun for me? It'll be fun for you. Only 10 people in that. I only have a couple left, so it's up to you. If you don't call the office right away or zell, you missed out the opportunity because I won't put loving in that. So what's a corporation again? A legal person that may sue or be sued. Divisions are a corporation under the corporation, and we build credit too. So what do we get to do? Learn to play and learn to be a certified CFO. Every tax ID you allow me to put in my system allows me to set up a Sperian, TransUnion, and Equifax cash report. That means I get to build reports for that division or corporation, and it takes 9 up to $1 million, 41 for $5 million. Simple to do. And if you want me to daisy chain credit from 1 card to 9 more, I charge $1,000. Normally I charge $5,000 each card. But again, right now it's $1,000 per card to daisy chain. Under the corporate umbrella, 2,000 of history. We charge $4.99 for each division. So 1, $4.99, 3, $14.97. Use Zell now. What are you willing to lose? Family, corp, division? I don't lose family. I finally got married and got kids. I didn't have one as a kid. So I designed the way that we would lose like a chess game. See, we both lose pieces on both sides. But here we get checkmate. Both of us do. That's step 23 as we play the game. Reach the dream. Think to be the impossible. Raise rules. Training people to be a certified CFO, corporations and divisions. The American dream. Isn't that fun? Would you like to be the next corporate millionaire? Let us know. Let me add you to my credit system. Now I have to show you how to get the American dream. Got to analyze you. I'm going to show you exactly what needs to be done. I'm going to tell you personally from me to you during a broadcast, one of my classes on Saturday, 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. I'll call your case number in rotation. All right, understand joint credit system away, buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. From here, the corp, why would you spend thousands when they're free in all 50 states? And you need divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and the line of defense. Raise rules. I'm the only one on this planet that gives bonus cash credit and is online 6 days a week to help you. All right, so there's no more excuses. Besides, maybe you're lazy or you're not ready to go get it. But that's step 24 for you. Next, if all you want me to do is get you 750, it's far easy to do. Got to analyze you. We got to do a rapid rescore. We got to tell you exactly what needs to be done. You go to class on Saturday. Normally, basically, it's going to cost you $9.99. You get $1,000 card back, so you get reimbursed you. From there, we discount it during the broadcast for $4.99, and the card becomes $500. Ultimate goal: starter package, rebuild credit, rapid score, build the corp you have or hand you one for free. Set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right now, $9.99 gets you 10,000 of credit if it's done within the next 20 minutes. If not, after that, it goes back to 5,000. We're going to add history. We're going to basically build and basically in history, and from there analyze and start popping credit as soon as possible and teach you how to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal. So the bottom line is you Zell, or you call the office right away. Now I will give you referral money. In other words, I'll build more credit for referrals or sell you back 10%. But that referral has to name your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. So let's understand today, you can email me their name and phone number too. So here's a corporation with divisions, my way, because your banks use subsidiaries and they bankrupt thousands to get a tax credit. So your goal is to learn to play and stop bringing the pain home, be a certified CFO, and build your brain into millionaire status. Look behind the curtain. Don't bring the pain home. Stay safe, stay strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. The ultimate goal. So the bottom line is everything I offered right now. If you call in the next 5 minutes, that's right. All right, that's what you got to do. 800-254-9506. Talk to a specialist. They will honor what I just said right now. Now, if you wait past 5 minutes, they'll give you the standard pricing. That's up to you. The ultimate goal is very simple. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.